away to help us with these seminars. And last week he's been to Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and we're off to Canberra next week. So he's seeing a fair bit of Australia. Texthelp is one of the leading companies in literacy support software. Very exciting, very deeply engaged with Google, a lot of major players, and I think you'll find what David's got to show you very interesting.
Thank you very much, Tim. Well, it's great to be here in Sydney, and it's great to see the sun out today. I don't see much of that where I come from. So I'm going to talk about digital inclusion and beyond web accessibility. We actually do have some tweeting going on. I'm not sure if you've picked up on that, but Ash, Engage, capital A-U, and you're joined to welcome to join our community. Tim has shown the likes and joys of terror of actually doing live demonstrations. I'm not only doing a live demonstration, I'm doing a live demonstration on the internet. Whilst the previous speaker was speaking, I watched the internet connection go from 5 bars to 4 bars, 5 bars to 0 bars. And I have actually got 2 separate internet connections that one spoke the follower together. It didn't. That's okay. Just hopefully I will have a couple of bars to keep us going. What I would like to do though before I start my presentation, just very quickly show you the video that Tim actually is going to show. It's really one of our core values that we actually change lives. And
excuse me, can you just talk a little bit louder?
Yeah, I could. I shall move my mic closer. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to show them the Damien video.
I couldn't use a computer independently. I couldn't read myself. I'm going to be very open with you during this interview and basically say my reading age has currently been assessed by dyslexic professionals as 7 years old. So if I didn't have the assistive software such as read and write, I'd be completely left. Basically, I couldn't do anything with a computer. Within my current role within the Care Council of Wales, I wouldn't be able to read the breadth of technical law making documents that I do if I didn't have assistive technology on my laptop. I wouldn't be able to even make a general purchase from Amazon if I didn't have the assistive technology on my computer. So as you can see, Texthelp and read and write are an integral part of my computer usage. Using read and write and other assistive technology, I was able to save the NHS Nottingham £5 million in their wheelchair budget. I was able to write a report using read and write, suggesting that they look at their processes. So I would say that's another career highlight. And I've also stood for election. So from very early on in my career, I'd say that I was very, very lucky to have those opportunities. But every opportunity, read and write's been by my side, like a PA, helping me achieve my goals. I've always had an internal drive to make society a more inclusive society, and I think by using my breadth of knowledge of assistive technology and disability legislation, I'm able to give a voice to those disabled people who may not have a voice.
Great. So that was David. Just go on to my presentation. Okay, well, it's a decent lead-in because he also is talking about digital inclusion, and that's what I'm going to be talking about this morning. My name is David. I'm the General Manager of the Corporate Division at Texthelp. And we've been in business slightly less, well, 10 years less than Quantum, 20 years is our this year. And we help people, that's what we try to do, working with some of the major companies in the world. And as part of our core beliefs, we are about empowering citizens to do things and make their own decisions. In terms of helping people to read and write, we create readers and writers. And I'm going to be talking to you particularly today about removing the online barriers that exist from inclusion. Effectively, we see ourselves as taking people by teaching them to read, helping them to improve the reading and into the workplace with reading support from literacy to life. So this is the agenda I'll cover, the challenge to digital inclusion, how barriers can be overcome. But a major part of my presentation or my time today will be spent showing you the technologies themselves. Now, everyone here has got a website, and your website really is the first stop that people now use to access whatever product and service that you're offering. So it's really important that it's accessible. But digital inclusion is more than accessibility. Yes, you must make it accessible, but no matter how accessible you make your website, not everyone will be able to use it. They won't be able to use it unless or until it becomes inclusive. And digital inclusion includes accessibility, but it's also about the technologies that are used. It's about the usability and the journeys that people have to be able to get onto your website and use and find things on your website. It's about the digital skills that we've heard so much about in the previous presentation. That also need to do there. And it's about participation. So the whole idea of digital inclusion is that everybody is involved. And the truth is that millions of citizens are in need of help, and it's not just in Australia, it's all around the world. And there is a digital divide, and that digital divide really shows that a massive portion of the population in Australia, 7 million people, don't have the basic online skills to interact with your website. And the bad news is that the divide is widening. I've been doing this for the last 12 years. I remember about maybe 10 years ago, some of the initiatives to actually bring more people online. The different targets were being actually set, and some of those targets were being achieved. And there was a thought in the background, there'll be some people that will never go online, and people were kind of looking at the older people and thinking, well, if some of those people don't go online, well, over time those people, will pass on. And so we'll actually then just have a population that's growing up and everybody can be online. And that was the kind of thought people had 10 years ago. And what we realized is that there are people coming through now, not as well as the digital natives, we actually have young people who actually don't have the digital skills, and those people can't go online. So the divide actually is widening and that is well recognized. And if you think about what you use the internet for, and what everybody else uses the internet for, then the impact is actually quite appalling. It's pretty much impossible to apply for a job unless you actually are going online in some part of the process. We all search online to get better deals for things and better choice. And if you're providing a service, whether it's a government service or selling a product, you could be providing unequal access to people if they can't go online. An example I use, if I wake up with a sore throat at 4 o'clock in the morning, I can go online and I can actually book an appointment with my doctor's surgery. If I can't go online, I have to wait until 9:15 in the morning. I dial a number which charges 30-40 cents a minute. And after 30 minutes, I get through and there are no appointments. And that's an example of unequal access. If you have online, you actually get priority. If you're not online, you don't get any service in that particular case where you have to come back the next day. And other things are happening online now that are replacing different methods of communication. So keeping in touch with family is pretty much online now. The young people contacting their grandparents. There's the issues of aging population in terms of ability actually as we get older, and just simply the education, the impact of education. If you can't go online, you really probably can't complete assignments that your classmates can. So it's very, very important that we actually close this divide. So digital inclusion matters to them, and it matters to everyone. And I would categorize the barriers to inclusion in 3 areas. First, I would call physical access, which is whether you actually don't have a connection or your connection is too slow. I hope that doesn't happen today to me. The second would be whether you actually can't afford a connection or you can't afford the device. And then the first two, we've seen governments all around the world actually pushing out more and more access. For the economically disadvantaged, there's free access in libraries and other places in this country, and all government departments, all government buildings in the UK, for example. But it's really the area of those people who have been disabled that our publics actually focus. And that actually includes a very large section of society, typically 20% of any society, any country. And it covers things such as dyslexia, which is typically 10% of the population. People with a mild visual impairment, you can see, but you can't actually perhaps see well enough to be able to read the smaller print. You may have English as a second language. In Australia, it's about 4 million people. The issue of literacy, again, we've covered that in the previous presentation, and it's not something that's actually only in Australia. It's actually right around the world, and in the US it's even worse. And the issues of aging population. So these are barriers. The good news is that there are fixes to these problems, and there's lots of AT assistive technology that can help. Screen readers for people who are blind, microfibrers. Also even text readers for people with dyslexia or reading difficulty. And the problem is that research that Microsoft and Forrester have shown is a negative correlation between disability and learning power, which means that people who need assistive technology cannot afford it. But also, as part of the double whammy here, there's a high proportion of disabled people among lower socio-economic groups, which means that the people who cannot afford this assistive technology are the ones who are the most likely to need it. So there's a problem, there's a thing which can actually fix it, but there's other barriers in the way. Which is why we came up with what we call a social business model. And that social business model, we're actually providing our products and services free of point of use, and we're actually charging a subscription for our service to the person who owns the content. And we take care of the tough stuff. And in doing so, we hope to make the impossible possible. We push digital skills, engagement, and achievement for all our users. And we do that with a product that we call Browsealoud. And Browsealoud really is an assistive technology toolbar with a number of features on it. We have text-to-speech that you can hover over and read underneath where you're pointing. You can select text and read whatever much you want to read. We can translate into 99 different languages, 40 of which we also read out in. You can take content and save it to MP3 and play it later, or stream it from your own site as a podcast. And we can simplify, and we can magnify the text, we can mask the text. And everything we do actually can be defined and parameterized or personalized, so that you can actually have this working just the way you would like it to work. And one of the things is throughout this and our text-to-speech is that we actually highlight words as we speak them in synchronous sound. And that actually means that one piece of information, the word, is going into two different cortexes in your brain, your visual and your auditory cortex, which means you've got two imprints in your brain. That's a proven method of increasing information retention, improving comprehension, and focus. So it's a really good thing, and you can change the colours if they don't suit you. But really, when you have all this colour, it's very suited to large proportion of people with dyslexia. I've used some of the parameters that we can actually personalize. There are good reasons to use Browsealoud. It helps remove barriers to digital inclusion. It promotes digital inclusion and scalable work across all common platforms. And in doing so, if people can self-serve, there's a huge saving in cost. Close to 100 to 1 in terms of somebody finding information on your website as opposed to coming to a counter or phoning or even actually writing a letter. And we've got more than 7,000 websites around the world using Browsealoud. And just before I actually do my demonstration, I'm actually going to let you hear from one of them. This is the Ontario Library Service, and the Ontario Library Service actually have got 40 libraries in Canada using Browsealoud.
Really, there is definitely a push on making websites and content as accessible as possible. So I was actually approached by TextHelp 3 years ago or so, and shown the product, the Browsealoud product, and thought, oh, this is something that really could work. This is something that the libraries really could benefit from as they go to make their websites accessible. Working with the group at TextHelp has been amazing. A product like Browsealoud is going to be very helpful to different groups of people with different issues, with different types of disability. Could be dyslexia, it could be visual impairment. The best and most interesting things, of course, is the voice. Whereas actually it is reading. In a country like Canada and a province like Ontario, which has a really, really large cultural mix, languages, ethnic backgrounds, etc. What's really cool is even if you only want to do it in English, you can tell what accent you want, the translation ability, which is really, really helpful.
Okay, so this is the bit where I've got 5 bonds, so I'm actually quite encouraged. This is the bit where I do the live demo. So we're going to start off on quantum stage. And the way Browsealoud works is we actually add 3 lines of JavaScript to your website. And in doing so, if you remember that image, that Facebook image where the 3 boys were looking through the fence, this is the equivalent of actually putting a fence there and everybody being able to see that if they need it. And it's only the people that need it actually need to do this next step. If somebody needs help, all I need to do is press this button. If you can see over the fence or see through the fence already, you don't need to do that. But when you do that, it launches the toolbar. And when it launches the toolbar, it makes all the facilities of Browsealoud available to me.
You have arrived at the right place for products and services that assist people with vision loss or learning difficulties to live life to the fullest.
And basically, wherever I hover in that mode, just wherever I move, it will read the text. And another method of actually using Browsealoud is I can actually select text and simply hit the play button.
Our business model is all about you, providing professional services, understanding your needs and finding the right solutions that will ensure your success.
Now, if I actually would like that to be larger, I can press the magnification button, and now when I hover, the text will be magnified.
You have arrived at the right place for products and services that assist people with vision loss or learning difficulties to live life to the fullest.
So this really is a very, very simple tool. to use. We actually have videos on every single function. It's very, very simple to use just as soon as you press the first button. Some of the things that we do, we can send information to MP3. So if I actually just highlight some text, which is on this, highlight the whole word. If I highlight some text, I'll just take a sentence here. I click on the MP3 button. It's asking me for a name. I'll just call it SSSS. And click the button to generate the MP3. That's now been generated. You see at the bottom of my screen, I can actually play it.
You have arrived at the right place for products and services that assist people with vision loss or learning difficulties to live life to the fullest.
So really, that's a very, very simple and a very powerful thing. And it means that people who actually would prefer, for example, communication from you, they would prefer something local. We actually provide a facility for our customers in a customer portal where they can actually have free text, and they can also generate MP3s or things that aren't on our website. But if you've got messages on your website, you might want to actually just deliver in an MP3 form for everybody. You can actually save it as a file and use it as a podcast. It's a very, very powerful thing. Some other features that we have, screen masking. Again, there's a little icon here. When I click, just press on that. That actually highlights or actually puts a mask over the area of screen that I'm actually not focusing on. And that can be beneficial for people who have issues with the amount of load or cognitive load, the amount of information on the website. It's actually available in two modes. This is the letterbox format, but you can also have it as an electronic loader. I'll just show you that. If I go into the options, among the things that I can change, I can turn the magnifier on, I can change the size of the magnifier to 5 different levels. I can change the voice speed. And the screen mask is the one I was going to interchange. I'm going to make that move to press simplify view. Screen mask. I'll make that into a word. Okay. Just save the setting. And I'll just move that again. And now when I actually press that, it has become a ruler. So I don't know if anyone here is actually remembers teaching the kids or still teaching kids to read, but when you're learning to read, sometimes people use a ruler, some people use a ruler. For some people with other issues, it could just be helpful to them. So again, this is an option that you have. I think one of the things to kind of mention is we have a lot of functions here, and we have a lot of functions. Not everybody actually needs all these different things, but you actually might need one of them, you might need two, you might need a combination of 3. And whatever it is that you need, you can use these tools and you can actually have them, modified, personalized to suit your exact need. And when you go from one web page to another web page or one website to another website on the same device, the program is smart enough to remember your settings, so your settings will actually just always do that for you as you use it that. Now, Tim also mentioned the importance of simplification. And simplification is really about making things simpler to read and taking away extraneous information. This is Tim's website. I'll just remind you what it looks like from the top. Okay, so there's a number of different things going on there, a number of menus, and there's all sorts of things going on there. If I actually want to just know about what's the main thing about this web page, I get to the simplification button. And what that does, that actually takes away all the other information. I used to say it takes away all the clutter, but it's on the website, so and all the facilities and all the functionality of Browsealoud remains in this form as well. So I can do all these different things. I can also change the colors, change the back. I can even magnify this. And if there's specific information that I want, I can even print it. I can even print it out. So I want to go on to a different website now. I want to take you on to the TextHelp website. And again, it's the same icon that launches the toolbar. All I did is click it. And whenever you install Browsealoud, whenever you take Browsealoud, we actually have a very simple to use wizard that will actually guide you as to how you can actually put it on your website. So this is not a big technical thing to do. It really is very, very easy. And among the things that you choose is you choose the voice. So this is our website in the UK. So as you would expect it to be in, you would expect it to be in English voice.
Literacy is every student's passport to academic achievement. Our award-winning assistive technology solutions for reading, writing.
Okay. So
Literacy is every student's passport.
So there you can hear that's actually an English accented voice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you the translation. I'll try Italian. Okay, well now the gremlins have actually got me as well. But this will translate into 40 different, it'll translate into 40 different languages, yes?
If you scan a document that's handwritten, would it read that?
Well, what this program does, this program is actually reading the web.
Web.
Okay, so it has to be on the web.
Okay.
We actually can read, so we can read things like that with other products that we have. Okay. So that really is one of the things that I wanted to show you. It's a version. It's our Browsealoud product. It's used, as I said, by more than 7,000 websites around the world, and it makes your website accessible to a lot more people. And one of the things which there are two product ideas which I'm actually going to share with you. One is to actually take a version of Browsealoud and use that to actually read any website. Now, it's part of our core philosophy around this business is that we need to make it free of charge to the end user. So the way we're going to do that is this is going to be targeted for libraries, for people with kiosks, for people, a job center, somewhere you're looking for a job where there's actually a website that you need to go to, or a place you need to go to get online and use your computer. And the library, you don't want to do the live website, you might want to, find accommodation, look for entertainment, train journey, flight. And so what we've done is, I have to go to a website that doesn't actually have a browser on. So I go to I'm interested in sitting where I love it. I'm sure you're not as interested as I am in sitting where I'm just going to go to Sydney Morning Herald. Okay, so I go to Sydney Morning Herald. Call out by being the losing business. Yeah, there's no music about that, so let's find out about that. Okay, so on the top right of my screen, there's a little icon here that says this the logo says listen to Browsealoud. That actually is a Google extension. So to get that on a website, you go to the Chrome store, or you will whenever we put it there. You'll go to the Chrome store, a couple of clicks, and we'll actually add something to the Google Chrome extension. So it works in Google Chrome. And when I press that, it will launch the toolbar. Okay. So the interesting thing here is the Sydney Morning Herald has wasn't actually subscribed to Browsealoud. We did. Browsealoud didn't work on it. So we worked just in the same way as everything else.
An alleged insider trading duo were lured by irresistible profits but may have come unstuck by being lazy or slack, the NSW Supreme Court has heard.
There you are. It never pays to be naughty, does it? Okay. I thought it was a bit more entertaining than that. I thought it was I didn't know what to do. But I'm not going to show you the whole of the Browsealoud, but obviously it's launched into the bar, so I'm sure you're going to believe that all the functionality of the Browsealoud will work. In actual fact, it's exactly the same program that we call in a slightly different way. So we think that's quite an interesting product. We've actually shown it to a couple of state libraries since we've been here. There's been very good interest in that, and that's something that we may actually launch as a product in a very short space of time. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about was readability. I'll just go back to my presentation very quickly. And we actually, because we are a language company, we actually work with the English language and we help people to read and write. We also have a part which will help teachers improve the reading fluency of their students, we call it fluency tutor. And passages can be assigned to students. Students can then actually read it, it can be recorded, and you can automatically measure different things about the reading of that to actually help those students progress and become more fluent through school. But because we can do that, we can actually analyze the actual readability of text. So we've had an idea, and the idea has not yet translated into a product name. So I've actually described what it is. It is a readability tool for website authors. So does anybody here who actually writes for a website? You know, you've made it accessible, you've got your double A, and that's terrific. Okay, we've got the issue of the people who actually, you know, 20% of the population who have issues and can't get home. But hey, there's still 80% to go. Well, those 80%, you actually have to make sure that your content is actually appropriate and readable by them. And so this is what this product is actually designed to help with. So to make your website more effective, you've got to make sure it's readable and age appropriate, you know, for the target audience that you have. And that will make it more effective and promote engagement. If you have a very large website with many authors, it also is a good way to be able to try to create a standard. So if you have a website that you just launch, it takes longer to deteriorate because you're always going to have people going back. And again, we've actually created a little tool here which I'm going to show you in a second. And it's about helping you to author in plain English. You can define parameters yourself, you know, what reading age you want to work to. And that includes, you know, the length of words and even the jargon words that we use. We base it on two reading indices that are widely accepted in the world: Flesh Kincaid and Morgan Falk can you choose. And it enables you to check and edit the most frequently visited pages, even or your whole website or staging pages. And we have comprehensive reporting on that. So I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to go back to the arrow. If I click this little icon here, that actually allows me to turn on things such as long sentences. Oh, that's not very good. I can turn it off and just see word complexity. Oh, lots of. There's one with morality, age score 13. Interesting. Okay. And conspirator, age score 13.56. So these are some standards that have been identified. And I even identified jargon words, which there may not be any jargon words. Oh, there are a few. Yeah, commit. Pizzas, post, and services are delivered, not abstract concepts like improvements or priorities. According to www.gov.uk Design Principles of Style Guide. Now, the Style Guide, which was actually referred to by Tim earlier from the DTO, is actually probably been taken from the UK because they work very closely, and I believe even templates for some of the services have actually been passed on. So we can actually use that. It's also local government words as well. So that's a very helpful thing. And one more time, Tim, well, I've showed you a video for you, so I should get that time back. Do you think so? Yeah? Get your audience on your side and it will help. Okay, so what I want to show you then is just how this can look in a report. So this is actually this is the readability tool, and this is actually from our support. So we can actually count the long sentences, the mature words, the reading age of pages, and this has got two categories, the flesh Kincaid and the Gilford, and you can see the top jargon words and the top mature words. So if I just look for mature words, okay, I'll go for one that's got the highest number of mature words. That's the TextHelp support user terms. And we will actually address this, by the way. I don't want them to address it, but I'm still doing demos. And it's a good example. You find the technical page, and boy, this will work very well. So we have jargon words like functionality, interface. Well, interface may or may not be a jargon word. It is if you're in government, because in government in the UK, we used to have interface with citizens. That's correct, that's a jargon use of it. But if we're talking about, an interface to technology, then that could be acceptable. Mature words such as insolvency, warranty, and mitigate. So the good thing here is we can just click on that, and if the internet works, and it does, it actually shows me, and immediately I can then go in and see exactly where all my problems are. Okay, and then I can set about fixing. Okay, so that's a whistle-stop tour of readability, something that we are, I think, probably going to bring to the market in the near future. So it has been a bit rushed. I've still got 5 bars, so I'm really pleased. Can I take any questions?
Just 2 questions. The first one, the Browsealoud plugin on the website, does that also offer any functionality on a mobile device?
Yes, Browsealoud will work on pretty much any device.
Yeah.
It'll work on.
So if you have a responsive mobile site, it will just.
Yes, it'll work on mobile devices, it'll work on tablets, it'll work on Macs, and.
Okay, perfect. And how does the subscription model work for the website authors?
The subscription model works by, we actually charge an annual subscription, and what we then do is we actually effectively we whitelist you on our server. So what we provide you the code, access to our code, you put the code on.
Yeah.
It then goes to our server, and if you're a subscriber, then your URL will be on that server, and it will deliver back the.
But costing, is it